Welcome, Tony. It is great to have you here today. So could you tell us a little bit about your background?
Yeah, sure, Gloria. Great to be here. My background is predominantly financial services, over 3 decades in financial services, going back to the 1980s, a long time ago. Um, all sorts of realms within the financial services industry, to helping people with their investments, pension planning, mortgages, and I ran my own recruitment business specifically for financial services people moving around in the industry. For me, it was great. It was fantastic, especially in the 2000s era, until we had the last financial crash, 2008, and my business unfortunately crumbled around my ears. I had no control over that, and I had to close that business 2009. But I stayed in that arena. I stayed because it's what I know,
Right.
and I was introduced to something called forex trading.
Hmm.
So I had a go at that, and with the advent of superfast broadband, internet connection, and the ability for people to be able to make money trading the foreign exchange from home. And yes, I made a bit of money. If I'm honest, I lost more than I made, and I
And they're done
concluded,
that.
yeah, I concluded that game is best left to the professionals. Very hard to make profit consistently, day in, day out, week in, week out. So I put that behind me. And of course, because I was involved in that arena for some 18 months, 2 years even, of course, I get approached constantly. I still receive emails to this day where the next latest Forex thing is coming around, and trying to entice me to look at it. So that's my background.
And then how did you find out about CashFx? Because like you, I dabbled in the Forex. I mean, I don't have the background you have, but I
Right,
thought
okay.
it made sense to me. The Forex just made sense to me. It was like, okay,
Absolutely, yeah.
it's the biggest market in the world. And I could see how if you really knew what you were doing, you could make money no matter what the market was doing. So I dabbled for a very short period of time and realized that, oh, no, I'm really good at losing money at this, and I'm going to leave this to the professionals. And then, one thing led to another, and I didn't do anything with it. But how did you find out about CashFX?
Okay, well, if you rewind a few months, where are we now? We're fast approaching the end of January, and this was mid-September, so just 4 months ago. But a little bit of background before that, I had, having been out of financial services arena for 10 years or so, I was reluctantly getting back into it. I was starting my own mortgage brokerage up again. I look back in time and thought, well, that was a great earnings period in my life. It's the industry I know. Let's get back into it. I need to start generating some income again. Fine. So I was going through the process. I'd done all my training. I'd resat examinations, done all that, passed all that. And I was waiting for my registration to come through with the Financial Conduct Authority here in the UK. So I had a little bit of time on my hands, and I got an approach. A friend of mine, had approached me, sent a message, and it was quite simply, have you ever done any Forex trading? I thought, oh, here we go again. But because I know her, and I said, yeah, I've done a little bit, and the conversation went from there. And she sent me information on CashFX, and I just thought, it's just another. I looked at it briefly. Yes, I watched a video, but just like all the others I'd rejected over the years, I just said thanks, but no thanks. Now, I'm a great believer in things are meant to be. Things happen for a reason. I'm synchronicity, call it what you like, attraction, whatever.
Absolutely, yeah.
That had sent me that message was residing in Spain at that particular time. She's UK, but she's residing in Spain. Blow me if I hadn't got a message from within 24 hours from a very good friend of mine, someone I hold in very high regard, who lives in Toronto. And I thought, okay, if he's involved in it, I need to look at this. Why is he doesn't get involved in things like this?
Right.
Why is he a very astute business guy, been very successful in his life? in business. So that made me look at it deeper. So I thought, right, I'll give this some time. I remember sending him a message and saying, okay, I actually said to him, he sent me a message. I can't remember what he said to me. And I said, is it CashFx? And he went, yes. Okay, all right. So I remember saying something like, are people actually making money? And he said, come on, is there actual money being made here? And he came back with 2 words, because it was on Messenger.
Right.
He said, and some.
And some.
It. I thought, okay, I'll look at this. So I started looking at it. Now, because I had the time on my hands, I thought, right, I am going to do due diligence like there's never been done before. So the usual, what I call low-level research. A lot of people call it their due diligence, and they go to something called Google, and they type. Yeah. And the thing with Google is you find what you're looking for.
Absolutely.
You will find what you're looking for. If you think something is a scam, that it's illegal, or what, you'll find that information. What you've got to look at is you've got to look deeper under the skin, and you've got to look at the motives behind people that are saying these kinds of things. So you've got to get one side of the argument, but you've got to get the rebuttal, if you like, from the other side. You've got to hear it from the horse's mouth for you to make your high level due diligence. You owe it to yourself to form your own conclusion, not accept what a stranger on the internet has put. We all use Google to find out information about.
Absolutely.
And we've become used to accepting that whatever Google tells us is gospel truth. It ain't so. So that's what I did. And of course, when people come back to me now and say, well, I found this, and I said, yeah, there's nothing you will find that I have not seen, read, delved into, and looked at the motivation behind those putting those posts. So, and then I decided, having got all that information, is now let's speak to people involved in the business. That's what I did. And as I did that, I kept tripping over more and more people that I knew personally. Okay, and these guys have been in it for some time. Okay, I looked at their accounts. We did Zoom calls, and I thought, okay, this is working. I trust it. I know these people. I trust them. They wouldn't lie to me. They have no reason to lie to me. And at one point, I remember saying to one chap who'd been in the business 6 months, I said, and bear in mind, in that 6-month period, I think he joined a lot of people came on board with this in April after lockdown in the UK and Ireland. Right. People had time on their hands. They weren't going to work. And CashFx had come along. They'd done their research. They had nothing to do. So they looked at it, and people had businesses being closed. Yeah. There's guys in CashFx that thank God CashFx came along when it did. We're back to everything happens to a reason, I believe, again. Yeah. Why has this come along at this time when there's this global pandemic and people's livelihoods are being threatened? People are losing their jobs. My partner had 2 part-time jobs. She operates as a tutor for some local schools. She lost one of those jobs last year through lockdown. Yeah. And business could not be sustained. Is she worried about that anymore? Absolutely not. She's got CashFx. Yeah. It's not only been changing lives, it's been saving lives. So I was unearthing all this stuff. And at one point, I remember saying to my friend, I said, because I, like everyone else, I've been sat twiddling my thumbs for 6 months as well. And because this was in September, I said to him, why didn't you tell me about this 6 months ago? I could have done something with it. But, that's by the by, really. Yeah. I'm just very fortunate, very glad to be involved. So that's how I got involved. I looked at the program. I decided to skip the first couple of steps. The golden rule is you come in at a level you feel comfortable at. You come in at a level that you're not going to lose any sleep over. For some people, that might be $1,000, which is what I did. Mm-hmm. For some people, it might be $10,000, whatever. Right. Some people come in at 100,000. That's their choice. But you use an amount of money that you're prepared to put to one side. You're not going to lose sleep over it. You're not going to want that money back next month or something. To some people, it's $300. That's fine as well, whatever.
Mhm.
And you just get involved. And then once you've got your account going live, you then start to really see and learn more about how this works. There's not, to this day, there's not a day goes by I don't learn something new about CashFx.
So you started in September of 2020.
On my birthday, 23rd.
Oh, wow.
It was a birthday present to myself.
What an amazing birthday present. And I'm sure you didn't even know what an amazing birthday present it was going to be, right?
I was hoping.
Right.
Oh, and by the way, since this has progressed, yes, my FCA registration and license did come through. I got my contract to start operating my mortgage business again, which with compliance and regulation, which is quite correct and needs to be done, which has come about a lot as a result of the last financial crash. I am so grateful that I am not pursuing that anymore. I am 100% full-time with CashFx.
Wow. So you started in September, and now we're towards the end of January. We're January 27th today.
Yep.
So that's what?
Just over 4 months.
Yeah.
It was 4 months last Saturday. Yeah.
And you started with $1,000.
Yep.
And approximately how much money have you made at this point?
Well, the way the process works is that I am now trading a $20,000 pack. I have upgraded my pack along the way from profit. Right. I have withdrawn my money, reinvested it, and upgraded my pack to the next level. So that the money that is being traded in the trading pool on the foreign exchange has increased to 20 times what I started with.
Wow. So you have not invested you haven't taken any more money out of your bank account and put it into CashFx. So you started with $1,000 and now you're up to a $20,000 pack.
I've just upgraded from 15,000 to 20. There will be sufficient funds. The way this accelerates is quite incredible. There will be sufficient funds by this weekend for me to upgrade from 20 to 30. And then by the end of, certainly within the next month, it'll go 30 to 40.
Wow. Now you messaged me and said a week or two ago you made $8,100 in 1 week. Is that right? Do I have that number right?
That was last week. It was just under $9,000 at $8,800, I think. In 1 week. In 1 week.
That's okay.
It's a start.
Most people would be pretty happy with that, right? Yeah. With a $1,000 investment. Now, to be fair,
right.
You are working and you're sharing this with people, and that's part of the way you're making money as well.
Yes.
So, Tony, for those people who might be watching this and saying, should I do this? Shouldn't I do this? I don't know. What would you say to those people?
Very simply, stop sitting on the fence. Come in at a level you're comfortable at. Even if you feel like you're going to be dipping your toe in the water, come in at the lowest level. Just get involved. See how it works. You can do as much due diligence as you like, but once you step over that line, a whole new world opens up to you. You've got your own account, you've got your back office, you can see where things are, you can see how the money comes in, how it works, how it operates. You get more questions, you end up generating more questions. You get in the members group on Facebook, and you could interact with other people that are in the group, getting any questions answered, and you just go through this phenomenal learning curve. So just get involved.
Yeah. And we should say, backtracking a little bit, you don't ever have to learn anything about Forex. You can if you want to, but for example, none of us are actually doing the trading ourselves. So you can learn about Forex if you choose to, and professional traders are doing all the trading for us. So personally, I've just got money in there, and I don't have the time to learn about the Forex, although I'm curious about it. But, we do not have to know a thing about the Forex to actually make money with this, correct?
100% correct, Gloria. And that was obviously with what I learned 10 years ago when I decided to leave the Forex alone. That's for the pros. And let's be honest, that's what the banks and the financial institutions and the governments of this world do. They trade the foreign exchange. They pay their professional traders 6-figure salaries and more to do this because they are making they are using our money that we deposit into the bank. They use that money to trade on the foreign exchange, make their profits, and then give us back what, if you're lucky, 0.5% per annum.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
let's say 1% per annum. We average in excess of 1% per day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a no-brainer from that point of view. So that was a big appeal that I did not, because I've spent 10, 12, 14 hours a day sat in front of charts trying to wait for the next opportunity, and it's time sapping, and no, I'm not doing that. So
Right.
but there is the academy, because there are lots of people that do want to learn. I have had a couple of people very interested in learning how to trade the foreign exchange for themselves, and that's absolutely fine.
Right.
And you can do that. Now, at each pack level that you increase your pack size and go up through the ranks, as it were, you get access to more and more detailed information. So you can start from a humble beginnings, from beginner level, right the way up to the pro level. And given the time that I've spent doing it myself some time ago, one of the first things I did when I bought my $1,000 pack was go into that and let's have a look at the quality of this stuff. It is spot on. These guys know what they're doing, and their training materials and their academy, for those that do want to learn how to do it, it's one of the best I've seen. I would then beg the question, why would you want to do that when you can carry on with your life and let these guys do it for you? Then,
personally,
yeah.
I'm leaving it totally up to the pros. Now, that brings up another point, Tony. Am I correct that you have made money in the trading pool, in the Forex, every single day that the market is open?
100%. Absolutely. Yeah.
And so, I mean, I know that we can't make any guarantees about anything, but that is what people can expect, correct?
Yes, there's no guarantees, are there? We always say that, what's the standard phrase that goes that the past performance cannot guarantee any future returns. Obviously, suffice to say that yes, every day, and I've looked back through the trading records since CashFx started, has been a positive return. And obviously the amounts fluctuate. Sometimes it's more than one, very healthy returns, and sometimes it's less than 1%, but on average,
Yes.
Certainly since I've been here, we're averaging, I've seen anything from 5 to 7% per week. Mm-hmm. I've never seen, apart from when over Christmas and New Year, when the financial markets closed down for that holiday, right, the one time of the year when you've got that funny period when you haven't got a full week. But other than that, it's never been less than 5% in a week.
Right.
And sometimes,
yeah. So again, take the plunge, right? That's what you'd say. Somebody take the plunge at the level that you're comfortable at and see for yourself.
See for yourself. I mean, what's even if it should come in at $300, just what's the worst that can happen? You're not going to lose. You're not going to lose your money. It's going to be sat in a trading pool. That money's held with the broker. It's as safe as it can be. We come back to the no guarantees. There's no guarantees in life. You cross the road.
Yep. Yeah.
But we've become, I firmly believe, we've become conditioned to thinking a certain way about what we do with our money. What is the best thing to do with our money? Holding on to our money. We work so hard to create income for ourselves and some form of wealth creation, whether that's through buying and selling property or whatever it might be. But we've become conditioned to thinking a certain way. You put your money in the bank, it's safe in the bank.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't safe for those people that were queuing up outside the banks 12 years ago when the banks were some of the banks were going to the wall. So we think it's safe. Fine. Yes, you can go and get access to it. People, can I get access to my money? And people ask me that question with CashFX. Can I get my money out? And I say no. You have to take your money out when you make in CashFX. when you're making profit and your balance is increasing, you have to remove that money. You remove that to your account with your name on it. You take it out of CashFX. Now, it's your choice what you do with that. You can go and spend it. I was going to say you can go on holiday, but you can't do that at the moment. But you could go buy a car
right now.
do what you like. If you choose to send that money back to upgrade to the next level, to put more money in the trading pool, that's a decision you make. That's what I've done. I upgraded 5 times in my first 5 weeks. I went from $1,000 to $10,000 in 5 weeks, because I decided I was going to give this a go. I was going to run at this, and I said to my partner, I'm going to run at this for 1 month. I'm going to delay starting my mortgage broking business. Big deal. I'll just put that on hold.
Mm-hmm.
And in 5 weeks, I went from 1,000 to 10,000. So I had 10 times more in the trading pool. I was getting 10 times more back on those 1% a day, and it was accumulating and growing.
Yeah.
And now I'm on 20. It's soon going to be 30 and then 40. It's incredible. It's phenomenal.
And that doesn't happen in the bank ever.
Well, I mean, you make money with CashFX in 2 ways. You can either make money slowly, or you can make money quickly.
Yes.
I'm clearly choosing the quicker route.
Absolutely.
Okay? But you do not have to do what I'm doing. You do not have to share this opportunity. You're not put any under pressure or anything like that to go and build your own business or anything to do with that. In fact, I would say that on average, it's usually around 2/3 of the people that join CashFX and put their money in the trading pool are passive investors. Mm-hmm. They have no interest in sharing it. But it's really quite funny what tends to happen. You do tend to get on organic growth with this. I had a lovely guy who's been considering this for a few months now, and he sent me a message a few weeks ago. He said, right, that's it. I'm fed up with procrastinating. I'm jumping on board. Great. Came in at $300. We spoke about, I helped him do that. We spoke about what his intentions were with CashFX. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm passive. I'm not sharing this with my family and friends. Yeah, fine. That's great. 2 weeks go by. I got a message from him the other day. Hi, Tony. Captain Passive here. I've got someone that wants to join. Because what happens is you can't help but tell people about this. If you're making this money and you're not doing anything for it, the money's being traded for you by the professionals. You're getting these returns and you're thinking, wow. Now, I'm a great believer that charity begins at home. If you can't share this with your family, who can you share it with?
Yeah, your family and friends, right? When you actually see for yourself that you're making that money every day that the markets are open, it starts to get to be an absolute no-brainer, right?
Absolutely, yeah. And as someone said to me last night, he said, I don't look forward to the weekends anymore. The weekdays are much more exciting.
Yes, because dang that those markets close on Saturdays and Sundays.
Yeah, how dare they? I know, I think, yeah. So it's great.
Well, Tony, thank you so much for sharing your experience. I really appreciate it. And if you're watching this, please check out the link below to join us. And don't hesitate. Just do it. Start at a place that you're comfortable with, and we will help you. Thanks so much, Tony. Really appreciate it.
You're very welcome, Gloria. Thank you.